Hey, my name's PrinceOnyx, and today we're going to talk about why sex politics is trash.
Welcome to the PrinceOnyx Network.
So, let's go ahead and dive into this, shall we? When it comes to talking about the extermination of dark-skinned people across the world, globally and domestically, when the topic comes to that, and you have people saying that, oh, you're talking about, well, what does this have to do with my attraction? What does this have to do with my preferences? You know what? Sex politics, as much as people want to believe it or not, it's fucking trash. Let's go ahead and dive into that deeper, because when we are talking about such things as the extermination of dark-skinned people, and here you are bringing up your attraction, to you, this is all just a sex game. This is all just a sex game. The same sex game and sexual politics that is used against black men, black women, black boys, and black girls. Black boys and black girls are sexualized at just preposterous, enormous rates, far more than other children. And children in general should not be sexualized at all. But you have people have it ingrained in their mind that a black boy at the age of between the age of fucking 7 to 12 to 13 to basically any age before the age of 20 fucking 1 is a man already. He's already a man. And then black girls, shit, at the age of 5 and up really are already being seen as a woman. And that's trash. It's trash. Because then it's used as a means of justification when it comes to the molestation and the sex trafficking and shit, whatever else is happening to these children that results in their death. And if they don't physically die, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, they're dead. So much so that they can't recognize who they are in the mirror. But to you all out there, this is just a matter of sex games. Where, oh, I can have sex with anybody of any race, nationality, skin tone, it don't matter to me. And it's all fine and dandy. No, you're living out your Pornhub fantasy. That's all you're doing. You're living out your Pornhub fantasy. So for those who feel like, their preferences, are not anti-black, no, your preference is anti-black. Because if you cannot find the beauty in the darkest of us, so dark that, so black that they blue, so black that they purple, they got a little blue or purple hue to them. If you can't find the beauty in that, to the other side of the spectrum of being the lightest of the lightest, but still being black, and then those who are in the middle, then there is a problem with you. As a black person, as a black American, as a person from the continent of Africa, you have it ingrained in your mind that black truly is not beautiful. No matter how many black men and women you have sex with, you still do not see the value and the beauty of blackness. You don't even value that of black love. And this is why, like, when it comes to things like interracial unions and relationships and marriages and stuff like that, oftentimes, yes, you will have a black person who is anti-black, but the non-black partner is either, sometimes, which is kind of rare, they're not anti-black or racist, or the opposite, where they are. No wonder this person is with this person. Whether it be a Candace Owens, a Stacey Dash, hell, Gilbert Arenas, because I'm pretty sure he has a non-black woman, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. But, we're going to just disguise it up as preferences. I mean, hell, if the majority of the stuff that you are watching, whether it be from pop culture, television, or film, or even in what you watch in porn, is a majority white, you cannot then say that your attraction to whiteness is just that it's an attraction. No, you are being programmed. You are being programmed to think that. You are being programmed to think that it's just normal. No, that's what you are trained. And it's ingrained in your mind through way of literature, publication, visual imagery that you are seeing. I'm a filmmaker, y'all. I know this. I just, Oh my God! It's just, it just drives me up a wall because like you're failing to realize the point, and therefore you are a problem. You are the problem when it comes to the extermination of dark-skinned people. No matter how much black people are continuing to populate, again in Brazil, in the Dominican Republic, in Belize, in Jamaica, colorism, all types of stuff, colorism, anti-blackness, black death. Being killed if you are not lighter than, lighter than a piece of, lighter than this fucking white tank top. This is the ascension that they want the skin tone to be. If you're not lighter than a paper bag, sorry, that means death. Hell, in North Africa, if you even have somewhat of a tan, that could mean you're deaf. Harm coming your way because of something that you cannot control. So then we get into these other topics of skin bleaching. We get into these other topics of, again, colorism. We get into the topics of, biracial people, mixed race people, this, that, and the third, which, truth be told, I will be honest, we as black people have to stop claiming biracial and mixed race and racially ambiguous people as black when no, they have so many other things in them. Now yes, phenotypically they just might, and they do oftentimes appear black due to the black genetics. That's fine, but do not lump them in with us, because with all the stuff that's going on now, what you are seeing is people showing us their true colors and where their true alignment is. With the man who was killed in Atlanta with Rashard, there was this light-skinned boy on Twitter basically saying that allegedly he abused his kids. He was an ain't shit nigga, without saying those words, but if you read between the lines you could tell what he was saying, and basically saying that his death was justifiable. Another scum of the earth wiped off the planet. But again, this was a biracial boy saying this. So that right there shows you where his alignment is. And oftentimes with guys like him, the mother is white, father is black. And it's the mother's politics and her mindset and her upbringing that is being ingrained in that child more and more. So, but last I checked, because I'm sure people would justify it in some weird way and make it seem like, oh, well, see, a guy like him, he could never be, he's an upstanding guy. He's criticizing how you niggers are acting up and this, that, and the third. And, he could never be harmed by the police because of his proximity and closeness phenotypically to whiteness. However, that didn't save Dorian Hunter out in, where was it? It was Arizona, I believe. He was cosplaying, had a samurai sword, and the police approached him. They shot him in the back 6 times, but then claimed that he lunged at them with the sword. Or the brother who was killed in the Walmart, and that happened around the same time as Mike Brown, so that's why his story got more washed and swept under the rug and washed out in the wash. But he wasn't dark-skinned like me, or Alton Sterling, or Philando Castile, or Eric Gardner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's Sandra Bland, Breonna Taylor. And that's the thing when it comes to black women as well. Again, you still have people, black men, justifying the death of Toy Yin down in Tallahassee. The same ones who are justifying the death of Breonna Taylor. The same ones who will justify and make fun of Sandra Bland. And before anybody comments, yes, I am, as a black, same-gender loving man, I am aware of what her comments were towards black LGBTQ people. You know what? Refer to my video about the black first mentality and the video with dealing with Billy Porter. That's what you can do. Refer to those videos. Do that. Do yourself that favor. Anyway, these motherfuckers will end up justifying their deaths. Or Corinne Gaines or Atiana Jefferson. It's hard to keep up. It's hard to keep up because it's just like, it should not be this way. It should not be this way. But again, people think that they're only thinking about sex at the end of the day. The sexual politics, the sex games, getting their nut off, getting their rock off, getting their nut, whatever the case is. That's all you care about. But oh, shame on me for bringing that up, because then I'm somehow sex negative. Oh, then somehow I'm slut shaming. When we're in a fucking war and all y'all can think about is sex? Are you fucking kidding me? You know what? it's y'all fault that a lot of black children don't feel pretty growing up. A lot of black children, including myself, deal with anti-blackness. A lot of black children who are darker than me, or dark like me, or whatever the case is, they're not light skinned and they don't see the imagery of their beauty by way of television, Netflix, streaming services, web series, movies, whatever. They don't see themselves, a person who looks like them, that is humanized. Because when you think about it, in cinema, oftentimes, not even oftentimes, but white people are the most humanized group in cinema. It's rare to see us as black people being humanized, to see that we are more than just thugs and drug dealers and pimps and whores and prostitutes and everything else under the sun. It's very rare to see that, because we've been so programmed to only accept the imagery of being lesser than, of being a degenerate of society, of being just the bottom of the bottom, the worst of the worst. We have been taught to accept that and be okay with it. Accept that and just, again, be okay with it. Don't fight back against it. Don't fight it. Just let it be what it's gonna be. So again, with the sex politics and preferences, yes, it is trash. It's trash. Because then you have a lot of black men who are entering the entertainment industry, and even some black women, but more so black men, who enter it thinking that, oh, word, all I gotta do is get rid of this dark skinned chick on my arm. Oh, great. Okay, bye, bitch. Even though you've been with me for 20 some odd years, bye, bitch. Bye. Bye, bitch. And then to degrade her. And it's like people wonder why hip hop and rap, there hasn't been a first millionaire or billionaire or whatever the case is. It's because the black woman was, taken away. Not to be by the side of the black man, but to be degraded and just, be trash and not seen as worthy. No. You gotta have that exotic chick on your arm. You gotta have that Brazilian chick on your arm. You gotta have that, you gotta have the racially ambiguous, you gotta have anything that isn't black on your arm. And then when you die, she takes your wealth. It doesn't go to the black community, your black family, i.e. your black family, for example. It goes to her and her family. And that's that. And any children that you had, hell, if they came out dark like you, hell, that child is probably the black sheep of the family, so who gives a fuck about them? Then they end up on a show like Growing Up Hip Hop, trying to build a name for themselves and trying to be something, while also reliving through and rehashing the trauma that they went through. What a world where in times of war you still have idiots who get mad when we as black people, as black Americans, are having an honest discussion about the extermination of dark-skinned people, both domestically and globally. But here you are with your preferences, and you're feeling triggered and you're feeling attacked because we're talking about this conversation. You're feeling some type of way, and therefore you feel the need to take it out on you feel the need to be that agent provocateur, that agent of chaos, that trickster on the crossroad. You feel that need to be that imp of confusion and be like, oh well, what does this have to do with my attraction? I feel like y'all are attacking people for their preferences and It's bigger than that, you idiot. It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. Because you have black boys on Twitter, on Instagram, online who are making fun of dark-skinned women every day. They're making fun of brown and dark-skinned women and girls every day. But now that it's the time to be united, these are the same ones who are getting in alignment with us. Those who've been hip to the shit for a long time. Oh, now you want to stand by my side, or now you want to stand by my sister's side while we protest in various ways. No, you can't fucking sit with us. No, you can't hang with us. So get the fuck. Get the fuck. Because you are a part of the problem. You're in too deep. You've been ingrained so much so that it's hard for you to shake it, because as things seem to be dying down, quote unquote, or what the media is tricking y'all into thinking that things are dying down, you go back to business as usual. You go back to targeting and berating black women, dark-skinned women, brown-skinned women who ain't never done nothing to you. And even if you were bullied as a child by one or two girls rejected you, whatever, that's her fucking rights. Hell, honestly, children need to be children any damn way. We shouldn't be worried about having little girlfriends or boyfriends. Worry about going to school and putting in that work. That's what you need to worry about. That's what you need to worry about. Surviving. Finding ways to better equip yourself to end up breaking up the dysfunctional and functional poverty in your family. Creating generational wealth as the older that you get. Those are some things you need to be thinking about, and aligning yourself with somebody who sees the value and the beauty in blackness just like you, who also happens to be black. Because truth be told, you can have two black people together in a relationship and they can still be anti-black. So don't let that toxic version of black love fool you. Don't let that fool you. Don't fall for that. You know what, y'all? I'm tired. I'm beyond tired. I'm tired of being tired, sick and tired of being tired of these idiots coming into these conversations with something so frivolous as, oh, well, what does this have to do about attraction? Who you lay down with, who you're in a union with, says a whole lot about you and how you politic and parlay. And that is something that you need to think about. So, if you got any questions, comments, or concerns, hit me up in the comment section. Let's have that discourse. Let's have that conversation. And let's talk about it. If you're willing to unlearn what we have been programmed to think, you can always let me know. And I can show you the way and lead you to people who are helping with the reprogramming and the unprogramming as best I can. This has been PrinceOnyx, y'all. I'm signing out, y'all. Just peace. Oh, and a little PS. I get that people can find love in different, races, whatever the case is. Love is love. But understand this. I'm talking to my black people in the context of blackness, because on this channel, that's what it's all about. So even if you are a black person in an interracial relationship, marriage, union, whatever you want to call it, and you find yourself offended, you can go. But if you're willing to suck it the fuck up and realize that this is not a personal attack on you, it's more so an attack on the mentality that has been ingrained and programmed in us. That's what it's an attack on. It's an attack on the very toxic psyche that has been causing nothing but harm and pain to us for a long, long, long time. So again, if you find yourself offended, you can kindly get the fuck. Have a good one.
Welcome to the PrinceOnyx Network.